Yeah, hi, I'm Nick Good. I'm the Global Commercial Director for Sage One. I work for Sage, and I'm based in the UK. What Sage One is, Sage's cloud product suite for startups and small businesses or micro businesses, enabling cloud accounting, invoicing, payroll, and also mobiles. I think it's very fragmented. I do think the government, there are incentives for businesses to be created, and I think Britain is. I'm very proud of our country's entrepreneurial history and entrepreneurial future. And I really believe that we lead the way. But I think, what's stopping us from making it super easy? Like, why do you have to worry about whether you need to pay VAT? How much VAT do you have to pay? Or, what the changes are to look at auto enrollment, for example. People worry, they lose sleep over that sort of thing. And I think one of the things that we try to do at Sage is to really provide that peace of mind through advice and service. But I think the government could make it a lot easier, just to get the simple information that the startups and small businesses need. Information is everything, right? So I personally don't see why we wouldn't be able to create huge banks of data that people just search, just simple language processing tools like a sort of Google search into tell me what I need to do if I'm a blah 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 type of business. That's one thing. Obviously funding, and probably the third one would be training. So with the cloud, why couldn't there be drop-in clinics, videos of stuff that people can do, how to run your business, just make it easy. Again, the outcome, which is the most important thing, has got to be that whoever's starting a business succeeds and removes all those roadblocks from their success. So any questions, any training, and in particular funding that could be provided, I think it would make a huge difference.
My name is Melanie Porter. I run a business called Melanie Porter. It's a knitwear specialist company based around homewares and interior products. When I first started, I got involved with Portobello Business Centre very easily. It was recommended to me, and I walked in and immediately got a mentor. I know it's now far more difficult to get in with the mentor positions like Portobello Business Centre because the funding's been pulled, and it's been an absolutely vital support system for me for the last 5 years. So I would like to see money being ploughed back into support for small businesses. I feel that more support has to be given to women when they are on maternity breaks. Basically, if you've got your own business, you're not allowed to work when you're on a maternity break, and your business you either have to completely hand it over to someone else, or you have to shut it down while you're out there. If you run your own business, you can easily find time to do small things and keep it going at the same time as actually spending time with your family. Whereas I felt I had to basically shut down for the period that I wanted off, because otherwise I wasn't going to get any support from the government, and I felt my business suffered as a result. So that stops women at a certain age in their life actually being able to progress with their business. So I think that is a big disadvantage that people should look at changing how that can support women.
Yeah, I'm Stuart Robinson. I'm the co-founder of Enterprise Rockers, and Enterprise Rockers is a community interest company which we started 3 years ago, and has hundreds and hundreds of thousands of micro business owners around the world, informally linked. It's not a membership organisation. There's no fees to pay. We don't ask for contact details. But we all come together now and again to help each other. The whole aim of the Enterprise Rockers movement is to make life better for micro-enterprise owners wherever they are. And it's unfortunately a systemic problem, and the fact is that they just don't get micro-enterprise and small business owners. And so therefore their policies and programs that they bring out, it doesn't matter what it is, whether it's apprenticeships, whether it's growth loans, whether it's startup loans, which are now averaging 5.8 thousand a pop to a startup at a time that the average earnings of a self-employed person has rocketed down by 20% over the last 7 years to under £12,000. They just don't understand what they're doing. So it's a frustration at the fact that they are absolutely hopeless at actually understanding how micro-enterprise works, because they just think it's a big company thing boiled down, and it's not. It's a totally different dynamic. The thing they've got to do is they've got to actually partner, with private sector organisations, communities and networks that are trusted by micro-biz owners, rather than pushing things down at them. And then a lot of it works well. You see, the best startup advice is actually in context of the business that you're running, and the advice is best provided by somebody that has started and run a similar business to the one you're starting. Yeah? And that only comes from private sector partnerships, if you like, and government working with them. Don't be programme and policy led, pushing down, be community led by actually putting the support infrastructure.
My name's Lorna Syson. I have my own interiors company called Lorna Syson, and I do cushions, lampshades, wallpapers and bespoke installations. I think for me it's sort of learning to understand what it is. So I know there's tax breaks out there, I know there's things that they're doing for small businesses, but I feel like they don't communicate it in ways that I can understand. So I do my own accounts, I do my own marketing, I do all those things, and I know there's bits out there to help, but I find the language they use is quite difficult. So the main thing, and I think because it's January and tax returns are going in, I'd really like some sort of normal English explanations of some of the points they put into the tax return.
I'm Guy from Crowdfunder. I work specifically on partnerships and business development, but I come from a background where I used to coach projects, and I'm still sort of actively involved with mentoring and coaching various projects. Crowdfunder, we're crowdfunder.co.uk. We're the UK's largest crowdfunding, reward-based crowdfunding platform. We basically help people take their ideas and turn them into reality by raising the funds. To do that, we help them connect with their communities, and they then go out to their crowd, their friends, their family, their local networks, tell them about the idea and then offer up rewards. I've always been optimistic, so I always look at the sort of benefits, and I've been involved in a startup, and one of the things that I thought was amazing, and I've spoken to people based sort of outside the UK, is things like the EIS and SEIS schemes to allow investors to sort of come through and get amazing tax rebates. So when I think of what the government are doing to support businesses, that always springs to mind as a positive. I think, more schemes to give people the confidence to go for it. I think there's a huge amount of ideas out there. I was in a job which was quite a normal sort of day-to-day graduate scheme, which was fine, it paid the bills. But I wanted, as part of that, I wasn't loving it, and I had an idea for a startup, and I had the idea, and I thought about it, and I had some people saying, "You're mad, you're getting paid a good amount of money to do a job, it's fine if you don't like it." But I took the plunge, quit the job, took the risk to do a startup, and haven't looked back. So got involved in crowdfunding. I don't actually work for that startup anymore, I've now ended up with Crowdfunder, but I think wherever the government can make it easier for people to take that plunge and go for it and do a startup is going to help people. It's going to help the economy if these exciting businesses are coming out of the UK. And I'm seeing that on a day-to-day level when we're helping these businesses go through, and we go back to them and we hear the success that they're having and the amount of people they're employing and the growth factor. Wherever they can help people feel confident and go for it, I think the better.